Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interactions. We have the 2020 feature, sports with Brian Camp, and entertainment news with DJ Pete. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, hi, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday once again, and here we are gathered around the breakfast table or wherever you are today. Welcome aboard to another edition of the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and of course, we're here as we are each Friday, and we thank you so much for being along with us. We're going to be here until the top of the hour, the next top of the hour, that is. But we are going to be here, and we've had a lot of things to talk about. We're going to be talking so much, we want to invite you into the conversation. Now, those of you who are here for the very first time, this is how we operate. Of course, being the host of the show, we are going to bring you all kinds of topics, right? I throw them out there, and then later on, you'll come in whenever you feel like and type in what you want to talk about, and maybe you have questions or ideas or any kind of information that you want to relate to the show. We'll be happy to escalate all of that to the listening audience or the viewing audience right now. And of course, even if you just want to come in and say hi, that's the main thing. But the main thing is that you're here, and we're really grateful for that. Now, we want you to know that we come on 3 sources as of now. We come on Facebook Live, we're on YouTube and Instagram Live as well. And so you have all of those, well, at least 3 of those, right, to check in. Anyone you want to pick, we'll be there. And there's no place around the world you could go without finding us. We're all around the world. We're global, and we thank you so much for being along. Now, if you're watching us on Facebook, do me a favor, all right? This is very important. I know you have a lot of friends on your Facebook page, right? So why don't you take the show, right? And kind of what they say, tag them, tag your friends. They'll see the show. They'll see that information when it comes up, it pops up, and they'll come right in and they'll meet you. They'll see us and they'll see other people who are here with us. And we really would appreciate that. So we look forward to seeing all of your friends too for the very first time. Those of you who are watching us on YouTube, please take the time to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Now, that little red strip there with the signature right there says subscribe. Just press that and you're in. It's free of charge, no problem. We don't charge anything. It's right there for you, and you can be part of us. The reason why we'd like you to subscribe to us is because that will give you the opportunity to know that every time we come on the air live or we post a video or some kind of photo, you'll get notifications. Because there are a lot of people who may forget about what time the show comes on, and then that information will pop up and they'll say, oh, go right to it, and take you right there with no problem. And for the rest of you guys who are watching us on Instagram, thank you so much for being along with us. And a lot of you may be sitting there idle. You don't want to be in conversation, but that's okay too. That's okay too. It's the idea is that you're there, and you may be sitting right now in your office, or you may be, I don't know, at home, doing chores or whatever it is, and watching it at the same time. I don't know how that can happen, but whatever you're doing, we're so glad to have you aboard with us. So, stay tuned. Now, in just a few minutes from now, we've got our regular feature coming up. We have what they call the 2020 feature. Brian Camp will be here. He will be here in just a couple of minutes. We've got him just a couple of minutes. He's going to come on and bring you the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And of course, you want to be around to hear whatever he has to say. And you'll get a chance to see him because we link up with him. He's coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So New York and Charlotte is going to link up. And later on in the program, we're expecting the arrival of DJ Pete. I understand there's a snowstorm headed his way, so that may deter his broadcasting abilities to come on this show. So we'll have to see about that. However it goes, we have the information for you that he relayed to us just in case, but we hope that he gets a chance to pop in. If not, we'll just keep the show going. Okay, so with all of that, we thank you so much for being along with us. Let's lift our cups together and, with the coffee hour, what will it be without a little coffee, right? So excuse me while I shoot up. I always take my coffee orally. All right. Okay, Warren. Warren is out there. Good morning, Warren. How are you today? Good, great morning to you out of North Carolina. And it's not too far from Brian, maybe a couple of hours drive, but Brian is in Charlotte. But thank you for being along with us. And guess what? Do you realize, if you care, I don't know if you care or not, but it's National Disc Jockey Day, right? It's a National Disc Jockey Day. We're going to talk more about that a little later on in the program as we go along. Got a lot to talk about. Disc jockeys all over the world, all of my friends. I want to wish them all a National Disc Jockeys Day. But right now, as we promised early, we're going to bring Brian Camp on with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's here minutes earlier than he normally is, but he does his 2020 feature. We'll start with that. The weather out here, Brian, looks okay as of now. And I want to mention to the people that if you have any information about your weather, lay it on us. But right now, let's go to Brian with sports.
Good morning. Well, it is 50 degrees out here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's sunny. It's warm. I got my Dallas Cowboy gear on, the cap, the uniform. So yes. So yes, it's on. It's on. I got a very short report on sports today. And I'll talk more about the jersey and the team in a second. But good morning to you and everybody out there that's tuning in. Like I said, it's 50 degrees out here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and it is beautiful and sunny. Well, it's playoff weekend. Saturday and Sunday, AFC, NFC games. 2 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. First game Saturday at January 21st, Jacksonville will go to Kansas City at 4:30 on NBC. The crowd is going to be crazy out there. Might be cold out there. Then New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. New York and Philadelphia are two teams that really don't like one another. They're division teams, of course, and they're not going to like one another. So those are the games. The Giant game is at 8:15 on Fox. So you set your priorities for the day. Get ready to sit down from 4:30 and then watch the second game at 8:15. Sunday, the Cincinnati Bengals travel to Buffalo to play against the Buffalo Bills. The Bengals and the Bills, 3:30, CBS. That's going to be epic. Then, of course, the main event, the main game for all the marbles. Not all the marbles, but the winner will go on to the championship game in the NFC. That my Dallas Cowboys, America's team, everybody's America's team, will travel to San Francisco to play against the San Francisco 49ers. That kickoff is supposed to be at 6:30 on Fox. I tell you, I'm wishing for all 4 games to be epic, exciting, breathtaking, throwing things at the television, maybe even cussing at the television. But whatever it is, it's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. So just keep yourself composed. I can't promise you I will keep composed, but I'm going to be there in my living room, in my man cave, watching my team win. I'm hoping. If you hear a big grumbling or earthquake in North Carolina, if my team lose, well, you probably know that's probably me. So I'm not going to lie. But either way, it's going to be great games. This day in sports, January 20th, 1952, the NBA first superstar, George Mikan, scored a career-high 61 points. At that time, that was a career high. Of course, 1962, Wilt Chamberlain broke that record with 100 points in one game. 1968, college basketball, the Houston Cougars defeated the UCLA Bruins 71-69, and that ended UCLA's 47-game winning streak. That is known as the game of the century. That was a good game. I didn't see that game. I was too young to really remember, but I know reading up on it and just watching it on video, the whole game on video, it was exciting. 1980, President Jimmy Carter announces the U.S. boycott of the Olympics in Moscow. Yes. Birthdays today, 1964. NBA guard Ron Harper, born in Dayton, Ohio. 1966. Chris Morris, NBA forward, born in Atlanta, Georgia. 1966. Also, Rich Gannon, NFL quarterback, born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And 1973. Jalen Rose, NBA guard for the Detroit, was born in Detroit, Michigan. He's an ESPN announcer, and he's has shows, got his own podcast and everything. And happy birthday to Jalen Rose and to all the people that I mentioned. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports on a football playoff weekend.
That was a quickie. And congratulations to your Dallas Cowboys. Congratulations to the Bills and the Giants who beat us. The Giants beat me Sunday. So all of us are going home and the rest of you guys are still out there. But listen,
you can watch it on your couch and watch my team play. Yes.
I'm a good sportsman.
Okay.
And like the old cliche, maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Yeah.
But I know you're excited about it, and I wish you the best. I wish the Giants the best, and all of the people who I know, most everyone I know are Giant fans. So I'm kind of like an outcast when it comes to football.
Well, sports is sports. It's going to be fun. This is the time of the year where people gather, ratings go up, the bars are crowded, because everybody's going to be in the bars, not only drinking, but watching the game and eating as well too, because the Super Bowl is coming up as well too. So, you know how the Super Bowl parties are going to be coming in full effect.
Yeah, well, I don't go to Super Bowl parties. I'm sorry about that. I have a reason for that.
Yeah. Yes.
So I really want to enjoy the game. But we'll see what happens. And of course, Super Bowl, we already know that Rihanna is going to be doing halftime. So we'll look forward to that.
I'll be looking forward to was that Rihanna is a phenomenal entertainer. She will do well. I'm not gonna say I hope that she will do well. She will do well. She's one of the greatest out there today, and people just flock to see her. And I can't wait to see her performing at the Super Bowl at halftime.
Yeah, well, she's a tough performer and a tough lady because with all she went through in her early years, she bounces back. Yeah, she went through a big time with her relationship with that guy. I don't want to even mention his name. I don't want to give him.
Yeah, I don't want to mention his name either. Yeah, I agree.
But good luck to her, and we'll see her on the Super Bowl, and we'll see you back here next week.
That's right, you will.
All right. Good luck.
Enjoy the weekend. Tell Pete and everybody I said hi too.
Okay, will do. Take care of yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Camp with the latest developments in today's world of sports, wrapping up his portion of sports. He usually comes on 20 after for the 2020 feature. But he, of course, he's a busy man, so he comes on early. I'm very flexible with the time around here that we do around here. I think it's very important that people get a chance to attend to whatever they have to do, but they still leave their information if they're not here. Speaking of which, 20 to the hour, DJ Pete normally here. DJ Pete just already confirmed to me that he won't be able to come on live, but we do have his information. He was nice enough to leave us his information on entertainment news and reciting all of those birthdays of people of notoriety. So thank you so much, DJ Pete. Thank you so much, Brian. And for the rest of you guys, thank you so much for being here. And you're listening and you're watching the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan. I'll be around here to the top of the hour. And we're kind of still brand new in the show. So, tell your friends about it. All you guys on Facebook, tag all of your friends and let them know that we're out here and bring them all in and say hello. Now, those of you who are going to say hello to us, we really would appreciate that. If you want to chime in conversation, if you want to talk about football, if you want to talk about whatever you want to talk about, we'll be here to entertain all of your questions and your answers, and whatever you have to say, we'll entertain it for you and just be part of the conversation. That's what the show is all about, just to be a part of us. So we look forward to a great weekend, And all of that is coming up too. And by the way, if you're going to chime in conversation, I'm going to ask all of you. Well, it's not mandatory. I just want you to know that it's not mandatory, but we would appreciate that if you give us your weather forecast wherever you are. This is where we could share it with us. We kind of like, it's like trading cards, trading baseball cards. I'll trade you Willie Mays for Mickey Mantle, or Hank Aaron for Willie Starch, that kind of thing. We always compare notes with our weather. And I have my weather right here for you. But those of you who are living in New York, you dodged a bullet. You don't have to worry about, because I will take care of that for you right now. And so as we get to it, we've got 47 degrees presently. That's what we have right now. The weather doesn't look too bad. As a matter of fact, we've got we got a sort of a dry weekend coming up. This is not too bad at all. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. We've got today, Friday, we have mostly more clouds than sun, but we'll still get sun. We'll have a slight chance of rain showers. We'll have a high around 48 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So that's not really bad. Now, compared to yesterday around here, well, we had a lot of rain. So it all bypassed, and it's kind of like out of the way. So the most we can get today are just a few showers. For tonight, it'll be clear to partly cloudy. We'll have a low around 35 degrees. Winds will be west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Saturday, tomorrow, sun and a few passing clouds. No rain though, so you can get by that. It will be high around 43 degrees. Winds will be north-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday night, if you're going to hit the town or you're going out to eat dinner or something like that, a few clouds, but no rain in the forecast. We'll have a low around 34 degrees. So kind of keep the jacket going on with you, all right? Winds light and variable. And for Sunday, as we wrap up our weekend and go back to the grind on Monday, we've got cloudy skies with light rain developing late in the day. And if you're going to church, take the umbrella with you. We'll have a high around 45 degrees. Winds will be light and variable. Chance of rain, it's a little more higher than what we had previously, 70% of rain. So kind of keep things in mind and act accordingly. Keep your umbrella gear when you need it, okay? Right now it's 47 degrees outside. And as I look, I see there's a little sun out there for the time being. Like I said, today is going to be peekaboo sunshine, and but it's 47 degrees right now, and I just can't wait for summer. I just can't wait for it. I couldn't wait. Just doesn't come quick enough. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll see what's happening with that. Okay, again, you're tuned to the Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and of course, we are going to be here to the top of the hour, and we're so glad to have you with us. Make this your weekly habit if you come in, because we're only on once a week, right? So make it your weekly habit. Take a little time out. A lot of you are at work right now, and they have what they call the coffee break, which they used to have. I don't know if they have that anymore, but if you do get a 15-minute coffee break, take that coffee break and stay at your desk and enjoy this show. And when the coffee break is over, you'll still be at your desk, and you could do what they call multitasking. You could work and watch the show at the same time and possibly chew gum at the same time. But the most important thing is that you are here. Okay, so here we go. We have, I mentioned it on the show last night on Talk Back Live. We had a information, we talk about entertainment and whether it's good or whether it's bad, we report it to you because part of the show, provides you entertainment news. And so if you heard by now, Italian actress Gina Lollobrigida, one of the biggest stars of European cinema in 1950s and 60s, died this past Monday. And she was often described as the most beautiful woman in the world. And her films include Beat the Devil, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Beautiful but Dangerous. Those are just a few of them. And she co-starred alongside the likes of Humphrey Bogart, Frank Sinatra, Rock Hudson, Errol Flynn, and many, many more. And she was only 95 years old, because these days that's young. A lot of people are living a long time these days. 95 years old, she passed away. So she lived a full life. She was a great actress. And at the end of her career, or acting career, that is, she became to be a film photographer. And so she stayed active for all of those years, even after she stopped her acting career. So all of our condolences going out to all of the people who knew her, who loved her, who worked with her, colleagues, friends. Gina Lola Brigida at 95 years old. And some action that I found last night before I went on the air on Talkback Live, we found out, and it's all over, it's circulating all over now. As you wake up in the morning, you heard it all over. Some people are paying tribute to David Crosby. David Crosby, the singer-songwriter and guitarist, member of the Byrds and Crosby, Still. He was, I think, the founder of Crosby, Stills, Nash. And after Crosby, Still, and Nash, they added one more, and that was Nash and Young. So it's Crosby, Still, Nash and Young. They came along, and he passed away just yesterday at the age of 81 years old. David Crosby did so many great music, and he's a legend. He's a songwriter. And I remember in my college days, I used to always listen to his music. Working in college radio, we played his music, and the Byrds and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. You heard it all over the place, because back in those days, that's when he was really, really hot, David Crosby. So we send our condolences out to his family, friends, all of you fans who loved him so much. And if when you turn on your TV and you hear on your radio, you'll hear it all over. You'll hear it all day about the passing of Dave Crosby. So there you have it. So thank you so much for being aboard with us for this day. And it's a marvelous day. It's a marvelous day. So Friday's always a marvelous day. But ladies and gentlemen, give me a chance here. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, it's a marvelous day here in New York. And I hope wherever you are, that it's always great where you are too. Now, this is a short week for a lot of us. For most of us, we have a very, very short week. Why? Because most of us had Monday off. And because we had Monday off, it was the Dr. Martin Luther King holiday weekend. So it stretched all the way to Monday. So everybody had that day off. And there was a lot of festivities. I know here in New York there were, and commemorating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There's always something to learn about him. I, read and try to learn even more about him. There's a lot to know about this man, a lot of stuff that I didn't know and just recently just found out. But there's always something to know about this man, and he paved the way for a lot of, he was just the champion of peace and love. That's what he was. And I wonder if he were alive today, what would he think of what's happening today? Because we're going through a turmoil. This country is going through a turmoil. The whole world is going through a turmoil. But a lot of us get a chance to endure it. And we take the bitter with the sweet. And there's a lot of bitterness in this world today. And there's a lot of sweet. So we take them both and we kind of deal with it. But I would wonder if he were alive today, what would he think? And if I had a chance to talk to Martin Luther King III, I would ask him that same question, and he would give me the answer right off the bat. But yeah, so Martin Luther King's Day was a glorious day. Everyone had the day off, and so now we're back to square one, as they would say, back to square one. Let's see. We talked about National DJ. Today is National DJ Day. Wouldn't you know it? National DJ Day. So all of my friends who are in the world of music and the DJs and all of you guys out there, thank you. I thank all of you too, because as a retired DJ, I'm still in the what they call in the mix. I'm still in the mix of DJ, because when you get that title, you keep that title for life. Although I'm retired as a DJ, but you still hold on to that title for life. DJ, disc jockey, radio personality, whatever you want to call it. So I want to wish all of my friends, and DJ Pete, if you're listening, and I know you can't be here, but I want to wish you a happy disc jockey day. And to all of my friends here in New York, and all over the country, people that I've known, people that I admired, people I've never even met. I want to wish you all a happy DJs. A lot of people just retired too. A lot of disc jockeys just retired. So like the domino effect of retirement is coming on. And some people have the foresight to say, you know, I think I'm going to retire. I love the job so much, but I'm going to retire. I love it. And I still dream about it. I still love it. And I you know, if I were to go back, I would still have the same energy that I had then. But, you know, you always know when it's time to move on. And so I have for you right now a collage or a vignette, if you will, of some of the old DJs, classic DJs, some of them. And it's maybe about 9 to 10 minutes long. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy all of the collages of the DJ in commemoration of National DJ or Disc Jockey or Radio Personality Day, if you will.
Hey, Jackie Wilson, that was great. You know, we've had a ball on this Brunswick LP with the Allan Rock and Roll Show starring our big band, the Crickets, Jackie Wilson and Terry Nolan. Hope you've had a ball too. Be looking for us in person in your hometown and on Brunswick Records too. Let's all dance now as those cool cats pick up their tenor horns to wail. Sam the Man Taylor, Count Hastings, and King Curtis, and a little campus trumpet.
New York City Generations X playing the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. That was the late Grover Washington Jr., along with Bill Withers on vocals, just the two of us. Is that all the listeners I have? And let's see another career. Frank Allan on your radio on this Wednesday, November 11th, and we're playing the best variety of the 90s and today. It's right here on Generations X. Here's Amy Grant.
Mate, you can live as long as you want, never want as long as you live. Mate, you can live to be 100 and me 100 with mice a day. So I'll never know that nice people like you passed away. And don't forget, whenever Frankie Crocker isn't on your radio just isn't really. Peace. Have a good weekend. We'll check you out on Monday.
Bye-bye.
There I go, there I go, there I go, there I go.
For an Arnie Ginsberg Tonight Train show, WMEX $1 Million Weekend. Live it up, baby. Hey, we're going with the Little Rubber Soul album, my two Rouge latest selections are Norwegian Wood, Isn't It Good, and Michelle, Isn't She Swell. See you, time again. And Paul McCartney singing Michelle.
77 Music Radio, WABC. This is your cousin Greasy. Hey, John and Chad, they're saying, hey, that's all right. I wish we were at that big party. Hey, Chad, thank you for everything. And John, what can I tell you? He bought WABC, and he said, Brucey, take it. I intend to. I love it very much.
Martha, the Vandellos at 77 WABC, just dancing in the street. Second here, WABC Music Time now. It's 10:52. This is 77 WABC New York. The most listened to station in the nation. There's a good reason for that. You are the reason.
Coming up on 7 minutes after 10 o'clock hours in the morning. The NBC Sports, tonight the Dodgers take on the Mets. At 8 o'clock. Just let me say this, this is, of course, our final moments. And, so, you know what?
Right, tell them you know this, so you can tell by the sound of my drum. Yeah, it's definitely me. The time on the tower is 10:03. Take your daddy's advice now and turn the lights down low. We're coming something nice on the Monday show. See the sound you can use. A kissy face song to chase your Monday blues. Ruby and the romantic. Shit fine and things on our bodies. The left mind, the pocketeers are lined up. Backside, ready to take them on sleep. Fighting right from the earth to the moon with Jack Commander, Jacko, way up there in the stratosphere. Got to holler mighty loud and clear. E to the R. Ho, this is the jock. Back on the scene with the record machine saying goodbye. Hey, we're on our way.
Super Music 16 with Jerry Bledsoe. 437. This is Mr. Blue, York More. Number 10 of the top 40 hits of 1976. WRL. Your favorite hits are being brought to you for your listening pleasure by Siemens Furniture. Don't forget to see Siemens first.
It's 107.5 WPLS, the originator, not the imitator. Pleasant good afternoon to you. This is Cleo checking into your Sunday. A beautiful one, in fact. We've got 63 degrees and sunny. Here's hoping you're doing well today. Still ahead of continuous commercial-free music play starring High Voltage, Elbow Bones, and the Racketeers, Manhattan Transfer and more from 107.5 WPLS. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Sunday Classics. I'm Al Jackson, and we're off and running fast because Earth, Wind, and Fire just gave you Mighty, and Roy Ayers is ready. Roy Ayers Ubiquity with Running Away.
Another service of WNEW. On Friday, 10 to 1, Saturday, 10 to 2. On Sunday, in response to overwhelming public demand, it's not on at all. I am William Blue, and this is WNEW here in New York.
I'm going to invite you to sound way back when with me and enjoy music for the next 45 minutes. You know, in the late 30s, the early 40s, going back to 1917. Let's get around with the old days and over the fantasy.
King Crimson from the first album, and we recorded at Crimson King to get us off the ground on this Thursday evening, the 6th of September. I'm Allison Steele, the Nightbird here. We're at WNWFM. We're in stereo, and we fly together until 2 a.m. We got some new ones in the goodie box tonight. The James King out with a brand new album. It's called Passing Through, and the cut is One Way Street.
20 minutes before 10 o'clock. This is WTLJ. I'm Jim Kerr with a cut from Deep Vibrations. Here are the Beach Boys. Holly's the WTLJ. That's me. That's my brother. Christmas Road. One of these nights. Here's the Beach Boys. Great old song called Again at WTLJ. Partly sunny this morning, cloudy this afternoon in the high 70s, cloudy tonight in the high 60s. And Liverpool has something special in store for us to start our holiday weekend off. Rain tomorrow, high in the 70s. Right now, it's 68 degrees outside.
WNSR, New York Sunday Soft Rock 105 FM, building in at 734, 26 before 8. Good morning, glad you're here. Showers ending, turn partly sunny and breezy, so the latest spirit alert, a high today, 64, and then we're going to start tailing off and we'll notice the difference tomorrow. 62 and cloudy with and it's 19 minutes before 12 noon. That's Ron Lundy, 78. Today, sunny, warm, about 90. Wild spots. They can be anywhere at any time. People singing Tampa makes you happy. 445 at ORFM with All Baby Love and for the sports enthusiast out there. In exhibition baseball, Houston down the Mets 4-3, and the Twins beat the Yanks 5-2. Now, bad start, aren't we? I'm Valerie Smallville, sharing this evening with you and with the station you can depend on for more music and fewer interruptions. Light FM 106.7 WLTW.
Say it on, baby. Say it on. Commodores, New York 97, WYNY. Larry Kenny on Monday morning. Labor Day morning, it's 5:52. The weather forecast is not that great. Finish it on. Oh, sure, tomorrow it's going to be nice, but today is, we expect some rain. There may be periods of some sunshine. And Jack Welby, by the way, is going to be telling us more about Hurricane David. We'll find out what areas are hardest hit down there, so we can get some information out of Jack. That'll be at 6 o'clock this morning here at WYOS.
E2 on New York in the morning, your information center, the Herb Oscar Anderson Show. We're getting a lot of calls from Jersey saying, what about the Jersey schools? The Jersey schools will be open. The New Jersey schools will be open. Now, this we have at this time.
CBS FM, Bruce Springsteen, that's Born to Run. Not only born to run, but born to sing. 28 and a half past 10, and you're with me, Don K. Reed, here at Solid Gold Radio in New York. CBS FM.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one. I really hope you enjoyed that. That was a collage or a vignette of some of the classic disc jockeys. Some who are still with us, some who are not with us, and the ones who are not with us, so they made a great contribution to radio. You've heard, if you noticed, the first one I put on there was Allan Freed. I had to put him first because he was my idol in radio. Allan Freed, one of the popular disc jockeys back in the 1950s, came out of Cleveland, Ohio, direct from Cleveland to New York. He did a variety of things, played a variety of different kinds of music as he reached his climb in the DJ realm. And he, I remember he was also a sports announcer. A lot of people don't know that he was a sports announcer. And while we're on the subject of Allan Freed, given in conjunction with National Disc Jockey Day, Allan Freed died on this day, on this very day, the same day, January 20th in 1965. So we're kind of paying tribute to Allan Freed and of course, all of the other disc jockeys. So I want to say hello to all of the other disc jockeys around the world and across the country. Some, like I said, some are still alive, some are still working. Let's see, you got Brucey, he's still working. Would you imagine? Brucey's in his 80s now. Cousin Brucey, I grew up listening to him as a kid. He saw me come up in radio and he saw me retire, and he's still working. Isn't that something? And then you had, let's see, Brucey is working at Sirius. No, well, I think he's not working at Sirius anymore. Would you believe he's back at WABC on the weekends, on Saturday nights, I think. So Brucey is hanging. You know, some people just want to do it and keep doing it. And he obviously likes what he does, so he does it. Brucey, I salute you. And what a very nice man he is. A very nice man. I mean, that energy that you hear him on the radio, he has that same energy in person. A very nice man. Very nice man. Love him. Who else do we hear? Frankie Crocker, legendary Frankie Crocker, who's no longer with us. He used to call himself Hollywood Frankie Crocker, the Love Man, and things like that. Boy, he started at that station, WWRL, and of course you heard Jerry Bledsoe, who was one of the icons at WWRL in New York. And my friend Jim Kerr, who just got off the air, he's still working. Jim Kerr is still working. My friend Jim Kerr works here, right here in New York. And he does the morning show. He's always done the morning show. And so he just got off the air maybe about a little over a half hour ago. You know, who else do we hear? Martin Block with the Maple Leaf Ballroom. Sometimes you go way back, Jack Lacey, Ron K. Reed, and so many other people, you know, they're right there, you know. So I hope you like that. Now, if you haven't had a chance, and if you came in late while it was going and you want to hear it again, all you have to do is go on to my Facebook page. I posted it right there on my Facebook page, so you could watch it there. You can listen to it there as well. And that's my way to saluting to all and respectfully saluting to all of my friends in the DJ world who gave us this, who have this great talent and this art of radio. And I just want to say I am so happy to be part of all of that. I am so happy to be part of that. And some of the people that I used to listen to and watch and never thought in my lifetime I would ever actually work with some of these people, or met some of these people, seen some of these people. But there you go. There you go. Joe Franklin used to DJ a long time ago. Now, I remember Joe Franklin had it up here. He was a historian. And there were times when I actually picked his brain when I didn't know something. I'm a historian myself when it comes to music and TV and movies and radio, especially radio. But that doesn't mean a historian doesn't mean that they know everything, because you have to go back in time, whatever sometimes you might miss something along the way and you want to go look it up and research. That's why we all historians still research. We still research. There's a lot we don't know and we learn from others. I listen to other historians myself, as I hope some of them listen to me, and we can exchange ideas. But a lot of these people, they know the business, and Joe Franklin was one of them. And there were times when if I didn't know anything, I would go to Joe and say, Joe, you know, what happened here? What happened there? He would tell you he knew. He was one of the top historians in broadcasting. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And so again, happy Disc Jockey Day, or happy DJ Day, however you want to phrase it. Happy, 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 happy. DJ Pete, of course, as I said earlier, he's not going to be here today because of the snowstorm. There's a big snowstorm out there, and I would imagine that's hindering his ability to come on the air with us. But that's okay. You know, Vermont, you know, I don't feel, I don't envy you at all. You know, but I pray and I hope you get through that snowstorm. I hope it's not as big as I think it is, you know, but I hope you get through it. There's going to be a lot of shoveling to do, I guess, I would imagine. But I would imagine we'll talk to DJ Pete hopefully next week, and he can fill us in on what happened in the snowstorm. But he left us some information for his segment, the 2020 feature. Today is Gene Krupa's birthday. He was born in 1909. Gene Krupa was there, a little chime for Gene Krupa. He was known as one of the greatest drummers in the world. He was a jazz drummer, and he was a band leader as well. And sometimes he appeared in some of the 1930 and 40 movies too as a musician. You know, if you see some of those movies where they have different acts, like maybe Harry James, Artie Shaw and things like that, and Judy Garland, those kind of movies where they have all of those people together, and he was on some of those movies too. So happy birthday to Gene Krupa, one of the greatest drummers in the world. And speaking of greatest drummers in the world, the other one that comes to mind is Buddy Rich, another one of the greatest drummers in the world, but he's not celebrating a birthday. Let's see. On January 15th, 1889, Columbia made their first phonograph. That's right. A little info. And you know something, I get information from DJ Pete as well that I didn't know that, but this was the year, January 15th, 1889, Columbia made its first phonograph. And I'm pretty sure those are the ones that you had to wind up, pictrollers, they call them. You know, I would guess that's what it is. So there's a little history for you right there. It's information, if you're going to a cocktail party tonight, you could kind of use that information. January 16th, 1910, Dizzy Dean. Dizzy Dean, if you're into sports, and Brian, here's something that you could put in your archive. Dizzy Dean celebrated a birthday. He was known as Jerome Herman Dean. That was his name. And in 1910 and 1920, shows name. He had a lot of shows. He played a lot of professional baseball. That's what it comes down to. Professional baseball, Major League Baseball. And let's see, he played with the St. Louis Cardinals. He played with the Browns. Was he playing football too? Well, there's something, Brian, you could research too if you're watching, if you're listening. I don't know if you are. Check out Dizzy Dean, sportsman, you know, real sports. So happy birthday to Dizzy Dean as well. Okay, we move forward. Milk Trainer. Milt Trenner. Now let's there's a little chime from Milt Trenner. Now Milt Trenner, of course, is a musician, American R&B and jump blues musical group. That's what he had. Cliff and Claude Trenner. I guess those were his relations in the band, and they were originally billed as the Trenner twins. So yeah, they were all relations, the Trenner. And so he's celebrating a birthday. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He is celebrating a birthday, from what I can see. I don't see, I'm pretty sure, you know, I don't see the day that he passed away here. I don't have that information. But happy birthday. And he was born in 1930. All right. So I'm not, I don't know, is he still around? 1930? You know, some people stay around for a long time. Okay. January 19th, 1939, Phil Everly of the Everly Brothers. There's a chime for him. He was born February 1st, 1937. He passed away on this day. So Phil Everly. And then later on, his brother passed away. Let's see, Phil first, and then Don Everly. Don Everly passed after them. So they were legends. And I played their records often when I had my show Music Beat. So happy birthday. You know, the soul stays alive. It's just the shell of the body no longer exists, but the soul stays alive. And if there's a rock and roll heaven, that's where Phil Everly and his brother Don is right now. And Dolly Parton is celebrating a birthday. She's celebrating a birthday. She was born in 1946. Dolly Parton, she, of course, got to give a chime to Dolly Parton. And of course, I always admire her as the queen of country music and gospel too. She sings a little gospel. She's 77 years old today. 77 years old, Dolly Parton is. And Dolly Parton was born Dolly Rebecca Parton. That was her name, Dolly Rebecca Parton. And still around and still giving us that great music. She had a trademark, but we don't have to talk about that. Okay. They don't talk about that too much anyway. And what a trademark she had. Okay, George Burns. Oh, yes, George Burns. Here's a guy that's been around, and he was a comedian back in the old 40s and 50s. He had his radio program with his wife, Gracie Allan. He had a TV show called Burns and Allan's. He was born in 1896, George Burns. And so he would have been, let me see, was it? Let me check. His birthday, that would have been his birthday. George Burns, yeah, he was born January 20th in 1896. He passed away March 9th in 1997. He was 100, he lived to be 100 years old. Would you believe it? Him and Bob Hope lived to be 100 years old. And God bless him. I should live so long. Hopefully, I'm trying. Also born on this day, January 20th, 1922, Ray Anthony. Okay, a little chime for Ray Anthony. Ray Anthony was an American band leader as well, trumpet. He played the trumpet. He was a songwriter and an actor as well. And he was the last surviving member of the Glenn Miller Orchestra. And he was born on this day. He lived to be 101 years old. You see? You know, you can do it. You can do it. And yes, again, happy birthday to Ray Anthony. And I love those big bands, swinging bands, and the people who created all of that great music, Cab Calloway, and all of those people. Benny Hill, the comedian, he was born in 1924. Benny Hill, he had his own show. There's a little chime for Benny Hill. And Benny Hill had his own show. Benny Hill, born on this day, he was born January 21st. So tomorrow would be his birthday. And he would be 69 years old. And he passed away, he passed away at the age of 68. That's how old he was when he passed away. But Benny Hill, he died April 20th, of 1992. And he was something. He was something. I remember a long time ago, he had a late night show, but with all his comic sketches. Benny Hill. Telly Savalas. Remember Telly Savalas? He was our Kojak. He was born January 21st, 1924. Tomorrow would be his birthday. He played Kojak. He did I remember the classic thing that he did on the Twilight Zone, you know, the living doll. Remember, I am talking Tina and I'm going to kill you. You know, that was Telly Savalas. And Telly was born January 21st, as I said. He passed away January 22nd. Would you believe that? Can you believe that? Passed away January 22nd. He was born January 21st in 1922 and passed away January 22nd, 1995. Wow, that's airy. He was 72 years old when he died. So he's celebrating his birthday. So happy birthday to Telly Savalas. Great. Mac Davis, another country singer born on the 21st again of tomorrow will be his birthday. 1942 he was born. Mac Davis, no longer with us. Mac Davis played country music. He died September 29th in 2020. He died at the age of 78 years old. You know, so these are all the legends of country music, and Mac Davis was one of them. Okay, and commemorating Radio Day, Disc Jockey Day, National Disc Jockey Day, and let's pay homage to Wolfman Jack. Wolfman Jack would have been celebrating his birthday tomorrow, on January 21st, 1989. Wolfman Jack. Yeah, baby, that's Wolfman Jack. Legend. I'm sorry I didn't have him on the vignettes, but we still pay homage to him, Wolfman Jack. I remember when he came to New York and worked at a New York station called WNBC. So congratulations to all of you. And that's what we have today. So I have a few birthdays I want to get along to as well. And today we have birthdays celebrating Stacey Dash, actress Stacey Dash from Clueless. Also, she was a commentary and she was a host on Fox News Channel. She turns 56 today. Comedian Bill Maher turns 67. 56 for Stacey Dash and 67 for Bill Maher. These are the people who are no longer with us, but here are their birthdays. William Powell of the OJs would have been 81 today. Actress Dorothy Provine would have been 88. Singer Earl Grant would have been 92. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin would have been 93. Comedian Artie Johnson from Laughing, remember him? He would have been 94 years old. Actress Patricia Neal would have been 97. And of course, big band singer, Connie Haynes would have been 102 years old. So that's what we're celebrating today. Happy birthday to all of them. And in heaven and in earth. Thank you, sir. In heaven or on earth. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get in touch with me, please feel free. You know, I have first of all, before I go there, I want to say that DJ Pete has a radio show, so we might as well tell you about that. You can catch him on www.radio-airwave.co.uk. You can catch him there Mondays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Also, you can catch him on his hometown station, WMPG Radio in Portland, Maine. If you don't get access to the radio station, go to the website, www.wmpg.org, and you can catch him there. That's every other Tuesday between 8:30 p.m. and 10 p.m. and all times Eastern and time zone and US and Canada. Now, for you to get in touch with me, it's very easy. I have a telephone number and an email address. And I would like so much for you to do that, to get in touch with us and, you know, give us your opinions and ideas of the show, or even if you just want to say hi or whatever you have to say. You want to critique the show, that's okay too. We're open to that. We have thick skin around here, and we just try to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and start all over again. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, I have two sources that you can do that. I have an email address and a telephone number. Let me give you the email address first. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Spelling is important here. Allan is spelled Allan, right? frankallenprod@aol.com. Prod is PROD, which is short for productions. frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Telephone number, is that what you're waiting for? It's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Okay, and you can call anytime. Telephone number is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So is the email address. You can do it at any time. If you even just want to say hi, you want to leave a message, you can do that. And if you need us to get back to you for any reason, we'll have someone do that for you too, because we're open to all ideas and suggestions. So that telephone number again is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, all of the views and the opinions expressed on the show, the Coffee Hour, that we have done this past hour does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any of the social media outlets or the broadcasting facilities. Okay, so we're here and we're going to be with you until the top of the hour. We have just a few minutes left in the show, and we want to make sure everything counts. Give me a break here, or let me have a break just a second, a little moment. Okay, that's delicious. Okay, now normally we talk about movies, right? We have those Turner Classic movies that we hope that you enjoy each week. We hope that you enjoy each week. However, would you believe it? And I have no excuse for it. We don't have any movies. We don't have any picks of the week this week. We don't. I'm sorry about that. We looked around and we didn't find anything that we want to put in our pick pile, all right, for the weekend. But what I can do for you is guide you along the way. You could always go to Turner Classic Movies and go through the program guide. Go through the program guide and look around there, because you might see something that I didn't pick out, but it's right there, and you might want to catch up with some of those movies and put them on your to-do list on what to watch this weekend, if you dare. And you can do that. And you could also DVR some of these movies and make sure that you watch them at your own convenience if you don't get a chance to watch them in real time. So do that. Go to Turner Classic Movies and search the program guide. Now, you could also go on Movie on Demand too. That's another thing. Go on Movie on Demand and look around, and you'll see all of these movies from top to bottom, from A to Z. They have a lot of movies, some classic movies dating back to the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and so forth and so on. Movies that you haven't seen in years. Movies that you've seen 1,000 times, but never get tired of watching. You could also do that. And also you can go on demand, they call pay-per-view. You could see some of those movies, the very up-to-date movies that will cost you a little bit more, but they're movies that are already in the theater already. You can check those out. They're right there. You could also check out some of the movies that it's been around for a while, but then still not all. And you can go there. It's all pay-per-view movies, movies on demand. And you could also check out some of the networks. They have a lot of network programming. If you like some of those Lifetime movies, you can go and check those out. You know, if you like those, it's always fun to check out those things, see what's available there. If you're a sporting person and you missed your favorite sport like wrestling or something like that, you could always go back the following day and check out what's happening with that and see some of those shows that you missed. It's all right there on demand. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for me. I really, really had a good time. I hope you did too. Again, I want to wish all of my DJ friends in our business a happy and healthy National DJ Day. Thank you so much. And of course, I'm glad to be part of that. I'll be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. I hope you will too. And of course, I hope you be around, check out and get in conversation with us as well. Other than that, I will be back here next Friday at 10 a.m. for more of the coffee hour. Brian Camp will be here. Hopefully DJP will be back front of the 2020 feature. And that's all happening right here next week. So ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching the Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the Coffee Hour.